Hey out there in YouTube land. I just wanted to give you a quick little update on my breeder tank. This is my guppy breeding project. Let me zoom in. And as you can see, got my fry basket there where the fry can go hang out. Got a lot of fry. Right now, I'm trying to move it out of the way. Little fry basket that floats around. Those are the male and the female that are gonna mate with, so I get a super red tail and a red fin. And this is my my firetail guppy project going on. I had another male and a female in here, but I started to get overcrowded by the babies, so I had to move 4 of the adults out. And I'm probably gonna have to put a little bit better filter in here. I got that foam filter going on right there. I got a nice plant base going on. I got that foam in the back. I'm gonna upgrade that probably in the next week or two when I get some time, so that there's more filtration going on. Let me swing around and show you what's come out of this tank. This is my angelfish breeding project. That's another video. So they got some good guppy grass going on in there. So these are some females that I'm working on, 2 of them in here. This is part of that project. This is the rainbow tail. And so these should drop fry. They were in a separate tank with a male. Kind of like that red tail up there. Out in another tank in the living room. So I got the males hanging out. That yellow cobra back there. I got some offspring out of him when he was over there in that breeder tank. Let me swing around. I'm watching a video. This is Steenfort Aquatics YouTube channel. I think it's kind of funny because I'm going from one tank to another tank. That's my keyboard setup. Over to my guppy tank. So let's see what we got going on here for the firetail. Let me try to find out where they're at. And the firetail criteria right there is that yellow and red. It's kind of hard to see in the glare. Dang it, I don't know if I turn this light out. Oh, now you can't see it all. Yeah, but the firetail has a red and a yellow. Then I was working on another with a blue and a yellow and a red. And I call that the rainbow tail with spots. I didn't like the big fan tail because I think it made the guppies hang too tail heavy and they couldn't swim straight. So I went for the shape of the paddle tail. There he is right there. That's that nice paddle tail. It's really hard to see, but he's really got a great red and yellow color. And then there's a rainbow in here. As you can see, that yellow cobra from over there mated with another female cobra that I had. And I'm trying to look for their fry in here. Right there, there he is. Man, that light's a pain. Anyway, as you can see, this tank pretty heavily planted. I got the foam filter hiding out. Got the foam on the back for the power filter. That foam back there is filled with ceramic biological media. And then, of course, it gets sucked up into I think it's a 10-gallon filter. And that filter has been hydrated with ammonia-reducing foam. So let me go ahead and zoom out. I'll zoom past some double veil tail angelfish. They're kind of hiding out. I'll go over here and I'll swing over to my guppy grow out tank. And as you can see, there's some nice looking yellow cobras up in here. And there's some nice red tail. Hopefully I can mate with some yellow tail and go more for that firetail. There's a nice cobra with that red and the yellow. So that would be a firetail cobra. I don't think I've ever seen that. Right in the middle there. Very beautiful fish with that paddle tail. So I'm kind of getting the breeding results that I want. And we'll have to see where it goes from here. I'd like to mix in some metallic. So that foam right there, a little bit of plant. That chunk of foam is actually a piece of old filter that I cut apart, and I just tied up there with a piece of fishing line. But I filled that ball with ceramic media. And as you can see, my ram horn snails are going to town. So a lot of people were looking and are probably trying to figure out what this is. This is a 1 gallon container. It's got some guppy grass in there and some java moss. And if you look real close, those double veil tail angelfish are swimming around right there. There's about 20 of them in here. And so there's a little air bubbler for them. And to do a water change, I just come into that 1 gallon and I pour a ½ gallon of 78-degree water. And if you can see, it just overflows into this tank. And then when I do a water change out of this tank, I go ahead and pull it out. So these guys get a gallon a day water change, and I think that's about a ½ gallon. So got some plants over there. But other than that, it's a bare bottom tank. But you can see there's 2 beautiful cobra guppies, a little bit of red and yellow in their tails. So yeah, I got some nice fish I'm going to be breeding together out of here, and some nice females. Let me go ahead and pan over. Once again, those baby angelfish came from these 2. See, showing the bars. Probably not happy. I should get some food for them. They see me and they're getting hungry. You get distracted. So we'll see if I get some beautiful veil tail babies out of those 2. Back to guppies. So yeah, these guys are going to grow out and hopefully get some females to breed together with some males. And as you can see, I got some red tails and some yellow tail. And hopefully these are some combinations I can play around with the cobra. And I got 2 of those red males. So real quick, that's my brine shrimp breeding tank. I got the one bubbling in the back. I got to readjust the bubble action. It's a little slow right now. This one's got no bubbles. But what's nice is this container has ridges, and they line up in those ridges. And so I can just go down those bars. And otherwise they tend to sweep themselves down into the bottom. But yeah, I can go through and get a big bunch of brine shrimp. Should probably do that now real quick. I'll show you guys how easy this is. Hey, YouTube land. All right. Brine shrimp. Go in here. Pipette. Draw them out. Saltwater separation station. Get a few more. All right. Well, that up there is 2 tablespoons of aquarium salt to 1 quart of water, 80 degrees. And then I put it in there and I bubble it. As you can see, I made nice little metal hangers. I'm gonna get some fresh water, rinse them out. But I made some nice little metal hangers to recycle these containers. Get a little bit more fresh water. All right, we'll watch these guppies go crazy. Brine shrimp. So that's how you have healthy fish. We're gonna come over here to my angelfish tank and drop some brine shrimp in. So as you can see, I got foam on the air filters. These are gonna have to get upgraded here pretty quick. But yeah, let me know what you think about my my guppy breeding project. And leave me some tips or some comments And yeah, check back with me and we'll see how these guppies do. Thank you again.